Hello Internet, it's Morgan. Today I'm here with the intimidating TBR Tag. I was tagged by Peter from Peter Likes Books. I will link his channel down below. I do not know who the creator of this tag was, but I will link them down below also. What's happening? Let's jump right into the tag. The first question is, what book have you been unable to finish? The first book I thought of when I read this question was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I, for the life of me, have not been able to finish this book. I don't know why. I started reading it to my daughter at night, before bed, and we'd read a chapter a night, and then she stopped wanting me to read it to her. And before that, I was reading it just myself, and I got through half of it and I put it down. I think the reason was because I watched the movies first. I watched the first two movies first, and the movies are way different, and the movies are way more action-packed than the book. That's not to say that the book isn't good, but I just wasn't expecting the book to be so slow. So I haven't finished it. I haven't been able to finish it. Next question. What book have you yet to read because you just haven't had the time? This one is also by J.R.R. Tolkien, and it is The Lord of the Rings, and I'm not getting it out because it's huge. Yeah, that book is gonna take me a commitment. I'm gonna have to be off of school and life for a month for me to be able to read through that. So, yeah. I should just what's the word I'm looking for? Buck up? Is that the phrase I'm looking for? I don't know. I should just will myself, and I could read 10 pages a day while reading something else. Well, 10 pages a day is even a lot because they're huge pages with little font, and it's still over 1,000 pages long. But still, if I read a page a day, I would be happy. Anyway, moving on to the next question. What book have you yet to read because it is a sequel? World After by Susan E. Now, I read Angel Fall a few months ago, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was really good, really fast-paced. My perfect Angel book. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was wonderful dystopian, wonderful Angel book. Great. I had to order the second two, and I never picked up the second one. Just haven't done it yet. But I'm going to. Soon. What book have you yet to read because it is brand new? Jane and the Damned by Janet Mullaney. Basically, this is a Jane Austen retelling. With a vampire twist. Austin got this for me for Mother's Day, and I'm really excited to read this. I have never read an actual Jane Austen novel, but for some reason, these Jane Austen retellings keep popping up in my lap, and I'm just okay, give them to me. I should probably read an actual Jane Austen novel. I think this is a retelling of Jane Austen's life, not a retelling of one of Jane Austen's novels. So that's cool. This is a long question, so I have to read it. What book have you yet to read because you read a book by the same author and didn't enjoy it? I don't have an answer for this question. Well, I guess I could say An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Now, before you get your panties all in a bunch, I love The Fault in Our Stars and Looking for Alaska. I thought Paper Towns was okay. After I read Looking for Alaska blew me away. It's my favorite John Green novel. And I believe it was his first novel. I think he has said that before, that Looking for Alaska is his first novel. After I read Looking for Alaska, and then I read Paper Towns, I wasn't impressed with Paper Towns. So I'm kind of hesitant to pick up An Abundance of Catherines. But it is on my summer TBR, so I will be reading it this summer. What book have you yet to read because you're just not in the mood? Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. I know I have to read this so I can read Lady Midnight, but I just haven't been in the mood. The only thing I've been in the mood to read is the Throne of Glass series. Like, even after I finished Crown of Midnight and I tried to pick up something else, it went horribly, horribly wrong. So, it's a book you have not read because it is humongous. Now, the only reason I consider this book humongous is because it is a bind-up, but it is still considered one book to me, and it is on my shelf as a one book. It is a bind-up of The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. Now, if I had these books separately, I don't think it would be that much of a deal, but since it is a bind-up, it is humongous. I haven't read it yet because of that, because I have to carry it around with me while I'm reading it, because it's just something I do, and though it isn't as big as Airfire, I don't think. So I've been carrying that around with me for weeks because I've been reading it for weeks. So what am I waiting for? I don't know. But yeah, that's why I haven't read this, because it's humongous. But this is also on my summer TBR, so it's getting read this summer too. So what book have you yet to read because it was a cover buy and it ended up having terrible reviews? Now, this was half cover buy and half author buy, I guess. And it is Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. Now, this is the novella bind-up for the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. And I was super excited when I seen this on the shelf because I didn't even know it was coming out. It came out on my birthday, or like the day before my birthday or something like that. And my fiance bought it for me because he's so wonderful, and he bought it for me, and I was so excited to read it. And then I seen some reviews on it, and they weren't bad reviews. They were just, like, they said that it didn't really add to the story or anything, and I really like when novellas add to the story, like The Assassin's Blade. There I go, mentioning Throne of Glass again. The Assassin's Blade, the novella bind-ups for the Throne of Glass series, really add to the story. And the reviews on this said it doesn't really add to the story any, and I've been really hesitant to read it because of that. I'll probably end up reading them when I'm like missing the world so much that I just can't wait for the next book any longer, that I just end up reading these. Or I'll save them for like a readathon, because it's a really small book. The most intimidating book on your TBR. Okay. I'm actually going to go with the book that I've already read. But I haven't finished the series. So, and it is the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Why is this intimidating to you, Morgan? Why do you say this? I say this because this series is so beloved by so many people, and I feel so much pressure to love this series as much as everyone else. Now, I've read the first two books, and I did really enjoy them. I I did. I really enjoyed them, and they connected with me. They did. But I don't think I'll ever connect with them on the level that everyone else did when they read them when they were children. And that kind of upsets me. But I think I'm okay with that. I did watch the movies when I was a kid, so I do have that connection with Harry Potter. The nostalgic connection with Harry Potter, but I will never have that connection like everyone else has that read Harry Potter when they were 9 and 10 years old. I will never have that. I didn't read Harry Potter until I was 20 years old, almost 21 years old. And I feel a lot of pressure to love Harry Potter as passionately as everyone else. And maybe I will. I mean, maybe it will change my life when I finish the series, but maybe it won't. Never read Harry Potter. I'm just sitting over here reading Harry Potter for the first time. I'm not the only one. Peter from Peter Likes Books is reading the Harry Potter series for the first time also. So maybe you could follow us on our Harry Potter journeys. The last question is, who do you tag? And I'm not really gonna tag anyone. I was going to, but I'm not. If you want to do this tag, do it. It was a lot of fun. It kind of like put in perspective what I haven't been reading and why I haven't been reading it, and why it's just been sitting on my shelf for so long, and what I'm reading next. I'm gonna go. You're all wonderful, and I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love you, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!